Michal, how are you doing?
It's good. It's a nice, relaxed day.
Yeah.
We're preparing the cars for tomorrow, and we'll see if the weather changes, so we can do some runs today. But at the moment, we're preparing the car, making everything perfect, and I'm sure Saturday and Sunday will be good. So there's loads of racing to come.
We've watched you grow up racing RC cars. How's 2023 for Michal Orlowski? I mean, only the 3 European Championships this year so far?
Yeah, it's been
Just the 3?
It's been an amazing year, to be honest. Racing so many different classes, and 12 scale, 8 scale, 10 scale off-road, on-road. It's been really good. I think this year, definitely, I feel like every year in my career it gets better and better. I always say that was like the best year of my racing career so far, and then there's another one and another one. And I'm sure there will be one year when it goes a bit worse, but at the moment we're working hard with the whole team, and I have a really good group around me, a good group of people working hard and with lots of passion and love to the sport, and our relationship is very good, and we get along very well. The communication is amazing, and we are very determined to bring the results we want, and so far it's been going very well.
That 10th Buggy Euro win a few months ago seemed to mean a lot to you, seemed to be a really important one for you.
Yeah, I think it has been one of the races or titles that has been haunting me for a long time, because it was in 2015. I was 13 years old, and I won the 4-drive one right after I won my first COS, and that was my breakthrough year. And then every single year since that, I was probably one of the favorites going to the event, and I made a podium every single year in at least one class, but I was never able to win again. And I feel like in my head it was something unachievable and extremely difficult for me to achieve again. And I thought it's something that will take me a very long time to win again. And then this year we worked really hard on that track and also off the track with our cars, and tour drive was difficult for me because I basically had the title with 45 seconds to go or something like that, and then I lost it again. So I had to put myself together before forward drive, and forward drive everything kind of seemed to go our way. I think I don't know if I was the fastest in practice, but I was on top pretty much all the time. And the finals, after the finals, I felt like, well, that was way too easy. I struggled for so many years to do that, and then A1, A2 was just a clean run, not looking back. And I think that's something I really needed for my career as well.
Yeah.
That relief and the weight off my shoulders, and now I feel much better after that win.
Yeah. Since last year, you broke Alex's winning streak in 12th scale, and again you took the title in stock this year. So you're very dominant in 12th scale. The 10th scale track, though, that's what we're racing here this weekend. And where are you at with that? I mean, the Euros, I guess.
Yeah.
What's your kind of summary of that?
We've been working hard on the touring car part and project, and in the past I've raced touring car for a very long time. When I joined Schumacher in 2015, and I started racing touring car as well. But we've never seemed to have good results. I've had a few. I made an ETS podium, I think, in 2018. I was at the Euros, I think 6 maybe one year, and made another A main once. But we've never been strong in that category, and I always doubted myself in terms of my driving, that maybe I'm not the best in touring car, and my driving style is not good enough for that kind of racing. And then from last year, I think last year has been a really good year for us in touring car, with Mattia working really hard with us, and Andy, kind of 3 of us working together and traveling to all those races and developing stuff with our car. And at the beginning of the year we won the ETS in Down, and then we won Apeldoorn round 1 of ETS, and then in Turkheim at the Euros, it was extremely close between the top 3 or 4 guys, and Bruno won. We made the podium for the first time at the Euro, so it's again was a really good result for us, and it could have gone, you know, either way. If I went 0.2 quicker in one of the runs, maybe it could have been better, and if I went slightly slower in one of the runs, like 0.3 slower, I could be 5th or 6th at the end. So it was a crazy race, but I'm happy with 3rd, and I was before that Euros, it was my last Euros of this year, and I made the podium in every single class before that, so I was really hoping I can make the podium. So I was glad I got 3rd at the end. And yeah, we're working hard again. I'm here, and Andernach it's going very well. It was very good at the TOS warm-up race for this event, so we're working hard and we're continuing to do that, and hopefully we will be as dominant as in other classes also in touring car.
Yeah, I mean, to have you attend the warm-up race here, Schumacher team are here in full force, there's plenty of you and you're a familiar face at EOS, ETS. Why is it so important to you, this racing series?
I started pretty much with ETS. Without ETS and EOS, probably my career I wouldn't be here where I am, because when I was, I think, 8 or 9, ETS was my first big international race. They had some rounds in Poland back then, so I was very young, and I went to these races with my dad. And I was racing in the hobby class back then I went to stock, then I went to modified, and then they started with EOS. I started racing that, and it has been the biggest races for me in my career. When I was younger, when I made a podium at EOS in Poland, I got my first contract, first factory contract after that. So without these races, I wouldn't be here. So I'm really grateful to Uwe and Scotty and the whole team for continuing. I mean, it's the 16th season, I think, now of the ETS, so it's an amazing achievement for them, and the series is going very strong through difficult times in the sport, and then also with COVID a few years ago, and the amount of entries they get, it's huge still. At EOS and ETS this year, I think it was like 500 entries at the US maybe, and almost 400 at the ETS. So yeah, I love these races. I love Scotty's commentating, and I hope he'll be back soon after the accident they had. And I love the organization of those events and the tracks. This actually here in Andernach, I attended my first race abroad
Really?
when I was, I think, 7 or 8. That was my first race on this track before it was resurfaced. So
Okay.
it's a special place to me as well.
Wow, okay, of course. And it is the MR33 Arena. And interesting, tell me about the relationship with you and Mark, because you're sponsored by MR33.
Yes.
And he's obviously a legend. He's getting older, but he's very familiar with this track. I guess you're not particularly worried about beating him. I think you probably take that in your stride. Would that be fair to say?
Mark was my idol. Still is. He was a role model to me when I was younger. I still have one of his body shells in my room from the early days, and him and Tony, his brother, Tony supported me whenever I started attending the ETS and EOS races. I always had some support from Tony until today, and now I race and promote their MR33 brand and Tony Sport as well. So they have been with me from the beginning of my career, and now I'm really good friends with Mark, and we joke around a lot with each other. So it's kind of amazing to me. When I was younger, I would look up to Mark and watch him battle with Ronald and the other guys in modified, and then today I'm racing them like normal rivals, and then we laugh about it or talk about something else afterwards. So it's it's like a dream come true, I guess. In any other sport, when you're young, you look up to the pro guys, and then when you make it, you race with them, and you don't really think about the past. You're trying to beat them. So it's been really cool to race these guys and be able to compete with them. And I know that I'm much younger at the moment than them, and unfortunately in a few years I guess they will stop racing. So it's I guess the last few years for me to race with them, and I'm hoping that they will stay in the sport and at the top for a few more years.
Yeah, and then you'll be the old guy with some young kid who you are the idol to, who's beating you.
Yeah, now I'm 22, and I feel like I've been in the, on the top part of the racing for quite a few years, and now I see many young guys coming up, and especially in Temscale off-road there's so many young drivers, and actually on the driver's end I'm one of the older guys now. Likely in touring car I'm still one of the youngest, because there isn't many young drivers in touring car, but in Temscale off-road I feel quite old sometimes, but I know I still have many years to go, so but it's good to race the legends like Mark, Ronald, and then it's nice to see the younger drivers coming up, because I will be racing them for the many years to come.
Yeah. Finally, you mentioned 10 scale off-road. I guess you're going to America next week?
Yes.
Feelings about that? I mean, surely that would be an amazing event to win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone thinks that an American driver will win because of the different surface and the indoor clay with the slicks over there. And I'm sure no one, especially from America, they'll think that an American driver will win both. But we've been to the track twice this year already, and we've worked really hard, just like for the Euros, for this event. And I've been taking an approach, because I race so many different classes, so I can't really concentrate on one and test with 2 and 4 drive all year and then go to these worlds. But we've been to Hobby Action twice for the warm-up and the Desert Classic race, and it was very good with both cars, and we have a really strong team in Temscale Off-Road, and Brock and Ryan from US doing all the testing and learning for us, and they've been going really strong this year with our cars. So Worlds is a special event, and many things can happen, and also this track likes to change a lot. The conditions like to change a lot over there, so it's going to be interesting with the tire situation, the grip of the track, the track layout, and it's going to be hard just like any Worlds, but I'm feeling confident, and I like it that I'm not probably the favorite to win. I guess from the European drivers, I'm one of the ones that might be up there, but I think not many people see me as a favorite, so I like it this way, and I'm going there without any pressure on myself, and I know I was very fast over there before, so we're just going to prepare the best we can and go there relaxed and just see how it goes.
Well, I think you're one of Europe's best chances to take the world, so we'll be counting on you. Best of luck. Thanks a lot, Michal.
Thank you.